I've always been the king of breaking stuff. Like, that's what I do. If I had a real title in real life, it would be called the king of breakage, the king of destroying. I am the destroyer on Earth. At least that's what it feels like. So, so I got a couple stories for you guys today as to things that I've broken and the awkward situations that I've gotten into with these things. So, welcome to Awkward Stories with Nick, numero 3. No. What? So one story I remember it so fondly because it was such an uncomfortable and awkward day for me. I was in high school and I took guitar ensemble classes with a wonderful teacher. His name was Nick Stark. Nick Stark, the coolest. Stark. And Nick Stark was like I said, the coolest teacher around. He was kind of chubby. No offense, Mr. Stark, if you see this. I'm a little chubby too. You can see. Check out my titties. Okay, anyways, I don't know why I decided that was the thing I was supposed to do. But I took his class sophomore year of high school. And then I decided, you know what, senior year, I'm going to take it again. So I re-signed up for guitar ensemble and I took it. And everything was fine and dandy until one lovely day. One lovely day, Mr. Stark had to go home. I can't remember if it was something like his wife was pregnant and she was about to give birth to a kid, or if he was just, there was some type of emergency where he had to go. So he was going to put in place for us a substitute. So he was like, all right guys, I'm going to be right back, and the sub should be here soon. So don't do anything, just stay in here, go by your practice rooms, and get ready to pretty much just practice, because we had an ensemble concert coming up. Oh, shit. And so, those are pretty simple instructions. So we went by our practice rooms, and what do you do when you go by a room? Do you just stand there and wait? No, you don't want to look like an idiot, because then someone's going to come over and be like, the door's unlocked, and let you in. So no, we went over to the rooms, and everybody checked the doors, and some were open, and some were closed, some were locked, some were unlocked, is what I mean. And so I went, and I grabbed my handle, and I was like, okay. It's like, it moved a lot. It moved a lot. And I was like, huh. Weird. So I just did it again just to see, like it was stuck or something. I don't know. This was a while ago, but it felt like it was stuck rather than locked. Well, as it turns out, it was indeed locked. So I went ahead and I went like that, and I fucking ripped the handle off the door. So now I'm just standing there holding this door handle in my hand, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I broke the door. Which isn't anything new to me. That's not like a surprise. It's not like I haven't broken a door before. That my old house in Glenwood, our bathroom door, swear to God, me and my brother broke that. We broke that bathroom door every day, and my dad was always in there with toothpicks trying to fix it because it kept falling off the hinges. You know what? God bless my dad for raising me, because if I was him and I was me, I would have killed my son. So anyways, Mr. Stark comes back, and I'm like, hey, Mr. Stark, I broke the door. And he looked at me. He was like, Nick, I was gone for 3 minutes. How the hell did you break the fucking door? He said it something like that. And Mr. Stark was cool, so he was allowed to curse at his students. And I was like, I don't know. Honestly, I thought it was locked. And I thought it was unlocked, and so I just went like that, and it snapped off. And he was like, all right, well, whatever. Like, he wasn't too mad, so he went ahead and he had to send me to the office. I understand. He doesn't want to lose his job. He's got children's. He's got the children's. So he needs the money. So we're still cool, Mr. Stark. Me and you. We're still cool. So I went ahead and I got wrote up, and I had to go all the way down to the stupid-ass dean's office. And I still remember him to this day. His name was Mr. Fenton, or Dean Fenton, or whatever you call him. Ice Cream Machine Fenton. I don't know his name. It was Mr. Fenton. And Fenton, for those of you who don't know Fenton, Fenton. Oh, he was a bitch. Fuck Fenton. Fenton sucks. He has a fuck face. I'm not saying it was a face that you want to fuck. I'm just saying fuck him in general. Don't do that. That's nasty. Don't do that. That's nasty. So there I am, sitting in the office, waiting for Mr. Professor Superior Fenton Man Guy Thingy Mabobber to call me into his thing so we could discuss what had happened. And of course, it takes a little bit, and I'm already on the phone with my dad. I'm already texting my dad. Daddy-o McGee, I might be in trouble. I said something like that, and he was like, what'd you do? I was like, I may or may not, because you got to phrase it like that. So it makes you feel a little good. It makes you seem like kind of a good kid. I may or may not have broken a door at school. It was not on purpose. It was on accident. gave him the whole truth, and I was like, that's about it, Dad. And he's like, okay, whatever, just go deal with the dean. So I go in there, and the dean has to call my dad and talk to my dad to tell him all that. But before he would talk to my dad, I wanted to give him a heads up. I wanted to give my dad a heads up so he knew to expect a phone call. So I'm sitting in there with Professor Fenton thingy, Danny Phantom Man, and he's across from me, and he's like this. He's like, so Nick, why'd you break the door or whatever? And I was like, well, Fenton. I didn't say that like that. I was like, well, sir, I didn't mean to break the door. I just applied a little bit of too much pressure to a door that I thought was unlocked, and the handle happened to rip off. I'm sorry that you guys can't buy proper doors with this nice-ass school. You can't get nothing. No proper doors. You got bitch doors in here, and that's bullshit. That's not my fault. It's not my fault you have bitch doors, Fenton. So anyways, I'm sitting there across from him, and I had this necklace at the time that I got from GameStop. So back in the day, and I'm not too sure if they still do it now because I'm a little bit in a feud with GameStop. Back in the day, GameStop used to give you points whenever you returned something or whenever you bought something, and you could stack up these points, and then you were able to order stuff off of their Sky Mall magazine, essentially, that they had online. And so I bought a few things. I bought a Halo belt buckle, which I still have, and then I bought this necklace. And it was like a bullet, and it said 1 shot, 1 kill on the side. Actually, I have it. I have it right. I see it. So yeah, so this bad boy right here, if you could see, if you try to not unfocus my camera, somewhere on it says 1 shot, 1 kill. I don't know. It might be kind of hard to see. But this was the necklace that I happened to be wearing at the time because I thought it was cool. I was like, yeah, I love first-person shooters. 1 shot, 1 kill. But unlucky for me, is I grew up in a post-Columbine life, you know. Essentially what that means is everybody is absolutely terrified of getting shot. And I get it. I don't want to go to school and get shot. I understand that. But this doesn't mean I'm going to come and kill someone. So he made me take it off. He made me take off the stupid-ass necklace and give it to him. And then he goes ahead and he calls my dad and all that. And I remember he's on the phone with my dad and blah, 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 blah. I'm sitting out waiting, and then I get called back in. He gives me back the necklace because my dad kind of bitched him out. He gives me back the necklace. And then he shakes my hand, because my dad told him to shake my hand. He's like, he's strong. Shake his hand. That's why the door handle broke. And that was it. He sent me on my way. He told me, don't take the necklace out of school. And he sent me on my way, and I did not get in trouble. And the rest of that year, I was known as the destroyer of doors. Well, for like the rest of the day. Everyone was like, Nick, I heard you broke a door today. And I was like, hell yeah, I did. No, I didn't really brag. I was like, yeah, I did. Because at the time, they told me they were going to have to get a locksmith, and they were going to fine us, which they never did. Free of charge. Because I'm a boss-ass bitch. And then just the asshole in me later on that day in gym class. The necklace was like this the whole day. And in gym class, I was like, fuck Fenton. And I let it ride. Because we got shooters out here. I don't know what that means. I do, but that was just one little awkward scenario of a million of things that I've broken throughout my life. Things that I've destroyed. I've broken my mom's dashboard. I've broken windows. I've broken consoles. I've broken remotes. I've broken TVs. I've broken cabinets, drawers, lights. I've broken the will of my family. I've broken the will of the Elliots. But I remember a funny scenario was I was at work at the time. I had worked at McDonald's, and it was me and a bunch of friends that I used to know. Me, Ryan, Ashley, Darian, Eddie, Veronica, and a bunch of people. I left you out. I'm sorry. But it was just a lot of us cool friends. And me and Eddie, we were pretty cool. Me and Eddie were pretty chill. He was one of the people that I would say actually got me out of my shell a little bit. Eddie might be one of the reasons that I kind of am who I am in terms of, I wouldn't say comedy, but a little bit more outspoken, because I never would have hung out with any of them if it wasn't for Eddie. And hanging out with them was kind of a nice step for me, because when we moved up to the north side, I had no friends. So going out with them, even if it was once in a month or once every like 3 months, definitely helped me break the shell of being a little bit uncomfortable up here. So me and Eddie were at McDonald's working. I think it might have just been us because they were terrible at scheduling. And there was this thing, and I think it's called a HLZ. If you don't know what a HLZ is, good for you. Good for you. You live in the good life. If you do know what an HLZ is, it's a heated landing zone, essentially. It stands for heated landing zone. That's where the food slides out from the grill, and then it stays there so it stays warm before you put it in the bag. That's all it does. It's nothing glamorous, nothing amazing. It's just stupid. So I'm going to admit, I was not the one to initially break this, but I may have broke it more in the long run, because that's how I do. So Eddie had been known for breaking stuff a lot as well. At least that's what I heard from his girlfriend, Ashley. He's like, he breaks everything. And I was like, yeah, I do too. And so it was kind of good that maybe me and Eddie weren't always scheduled together, because they kind of separated us, because we were like the comedy duo at McDonald's. And so they separated us a lot. He would be in the front, I would be in the back. But in this particular day, it was only the two of us, so we were up front together. And I was presenting and taking orders in drive-thru. And Eddie was doing front counter and getting all the food together, because this was closing time. It was nighttime, so everything's moved up to the front. There's no back booth. So somehow in the heated landing zone, there's this whole sidebar, and it's just like kind of like a barrier. So it goes like this. It looks like a box, maybe like a bed that a cat would sleep in, and it's all metal, and it gets really hot. And so somehow Eddie knocked like this whole panel off of it just by touching it, because he didn't know what it was. And I remember his words exactly. I just wanted to see what it was. And so the whole thing falls over. And so he can't get it back on. He can't get it back on. So I was like, okay, let me come help you, Eddie. I'm not just going to sit here and watch you struggle. I'm not a douche nozzle. What do I look like, a nozzle of douche? Maybe. So I came over to help, and I tried to put the thing back on, and I was struggling a little bit because it's fucking stupid. And because the thing's fucking stupid, you can't, like, get it in there on your big hands. It's bullshit. Look at these. These are Sasquatch fingers. Look at these Sasquatch fingers. So I'm helping Eddie. I know you can't see my face. Fuck you. I'm helping Eddie, trying to put it back on. And instead of getting it back on, I break the other side off, too. I don't know how I did that. So now there's two of these panels laying down on the thing. And they're just laying there, and I'm trying to get it back on. And I'm, like, pulling this thing to try to, like, move it. And I ripped it out, and the wire came out on the side and ripped out. So now the heated landing zone doesn't work. If there's something you guys don't know about electricity, is if you have a computer plugged in or anything plugged in, and you destroy the wire, it doesn't work anymore. Bill Nye the Science Guy, fun fact of the day. So I kind of ripped the wire out of the back of the heated landing zone, which is not good, because now it don't work. But this scenario was a lot better, because Eddie and me were cool. So he was like, oh, shit. And I was like, oh, shit. So he just walked away, and I walked away. And then we pushed the thing back, and then we just let them figure it out on their own. They're like, oh, my God, the HLZ is not working. And I'm like, I wonder why. Who broke the McFlurry machine? Nick? You ever go to McDonald's and you want to get a McFlurry and it's broken? It's because I was there. You ever go to McDonald's and you're trying to get your shake at nighttime, and they're like, sorry, shake machine's not working. It's because I was there. It was me. It was me. I don't know. I'm just not good at not breaking stuff. I don't know why. I just break stuff on a daily basis, and it's not even funny anymore. Like, I just got hired at the new job at Lens Crafters. This is just the last little scenario, and they have these 5 panels on the wall. And it has, like, the doctor's hours, the store hours, Lens Crafters, the name, and it has just, like, a bunch of information right there. And they're, like, this thick. And they just hang up there. And so I went up to it, and I just pulled it, and I knocked all 5 of them down and put a hole in the wall. First day on the job. It's because I fidget. It's because I fidget. Who needs a fidget spinner? Fuck I just say? Who needs a fidget spinner when you're Nick? Well, me, probably, yeah. Yep. That's it. I don't know what I was talking about. There's just awkward stories of how I've broken some shit. There's 1,000 more of those. I don't even want to get into the details on that. But that's it for the video, guys. So thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you all enjoyed the video. Dylan Flips, if this is you, I hope this is more of a vlog for you, you piece of shit bitch. I'm joking. And until next time, my name's Avenged One. Fuck you, Dylan.